Weep, Grana, Weep, Ninnybong, and welcome back to my channel where we talk about all things Transformers and Transformers action figure related. And today on my channel we're going to be dipping our toes back into Transformers War for Cybertron Trilogy Kingdom, and here we're going to take a look at Inferno. As we always do on this channel, let's kick it off by taking a look at the packaging on this one. A teeny tiny window to see the figure, but a massive blowout piece of art that we see on the front, which is really cool. So we'll come to that in a second. But of course we get our Transformers Kingdom plus 8 Hasbro Generations, Takara and Inferno here at the top. Awesome alt mode pick there. Hand-drawn art coming around the side, the image wraps around and we get Inferno bursting into action to put out a fire or trash some Decepticons. We can see the Ark smashed into the top of a volcano there rather than the bottom of a volcano, so that's an interesting take. Maybe that's the difference that Kingdom will bring, who knows. Lovely blues on his eyes there with his kind of winged ear type affairs sticking out of the side as well. Awesome piece of art. Hoffa and this piece of art both amazing on these Kingdom figures. At the top we get the Autobot kind of cave drawing here at the top, some little symbols, Transformers, and he is WFCK19. On the side here we get the lovely Kingdom artwork. At the bottom we get told that it's a safe figure and that we have the lovely little lion symbol. On the inside, as always with these Kingdom figures, we get the beastie eye, which is a pretty nice little touch when you open up the packaging. And then on the back we get product shots of Inferno in his bot mode and his alt mode, 17 steps, another cave drawing of the Autobot symbol. Don't eat your children because they have small parts, and that is pretty much it. The inside is now standard kind of this cardboard rather than the plastic. I like it. It's a bit more detailed and obviously a little bit more eco-friendly. With this figure we do also get destructions. All these destructions for Kingdom looking like the inside of the MP10G Ghostbusters ones. Always reminds me of that, so that's pretty cool. Instructions are easy on this. If you've got grapple, it's the same transformation. And then we also get a card. It's the same one I got with Hoffa. So if anyone needs an Optimus Prime card, hit me up. I might be able to help you out, I guess. I've got the Optimus Prime. Now on the inside, it's Optimus Prime. Now on to the main event himself. This is Inferno in his fire truck mode. And yes, this is basically a recolor of the Earthrise grapple, but I am very happy to say there are some significant differences when it comes to the molding here and some of the play features as well. So that's pretty cool. Let's take a look at this dude before we compare the two. So really nice classic kind of Inferno look here, similar to the way that they did the grapple. They've kept the really G1 look of this and just made it look super cool. Really nice when Hasbro and Hashtag go all out on the wheels. I'm really turning into a wheels guy. Hoffa also in Kingdom had some fantastic wheels without just the bits in the middle where you can see it looks a bit cheap. This has fully painted two-tone wheels with little hole cups in. Very nice. Around the front we have the translucent on the windscreen and the windows, and also we get the black windscreen wipers. So this is different to what we had with grapple, so I'll show you that in a sec. Nice silver bumper with some lights here at the front. Would have been nice to get some translucent blue here on the top two pegs here, but yeah, you know, it's painted silver, pretty nice. Then also around the back is where we start to get lots of nice molded details. These are all removable accessories. These bits don't come down, but they do look pretty cool as little stabilizers for when it's going to turn into proper full-on fire truck mode. Then around the back, obviously this is where it becomes these little wingy side horny bits, and then at the back a little bit of a gap here, but hey, you know, it's okay. I'm pretty good with that. Articulation in this mode, then we will get a full 360 here on the ladder. We'll get some up and we'll get some down, and we'll also get some pull out as well. Exactly the same as Grapple, but obviously this is very, very, very different. Then that's pretty much it. Obviously the wheels turn. You'll also be able to kind of move things around. You can get this section here, and this can then become the fire hose, similar to the way the Grapple's arm could become the arm there. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty nice. You can put that there, and you can then also put this back. So that's the play features. If I bring Grapple out now and do a quick comparison between the two, so we can see here the differences really between the two. Just move Grapple's Grapple out of the way. Looking at the front, like I said, you now get some painted windscreen wipers with this, but you have lost all of this really nice translucent blue. Would have been nice to see the translucent blue on this the same way as they did the Grapple. Maybe Grapple would have been cool with the silver ones, other way around maybe on this. But all in all, the front is pretty much the same. The differences really come when we come round the back. So this section here is obviously different. When we look at these two sections here, we can see that this peg here is in a different position to this one here, and that's obviously to account for these kind of side bits that stick out of the side in the bot mode. But this is the only bit that's really different. You can see obviously ladder, Grapple's Grapple. So everything else is the same molded wise. Paint is different. Obviously this is just pure red, this is black and orange, so we can see there's some slight differences there. But all in all, very nice. They look really cool together on a shelf. I think that they're going to be very nice on my shelf. Size comparison then with Huffer. So Huffer there, obviously Wave Mate from Kingdom. He's a lot bigger than Huffer, but this is a fantastic figure, well worth picking up. And again, you can see the wheels here on this one. They are going all out. And then next to your Earthrise Nemesis Prime. He's going to be slightly longer, actually, than Nemesis Prime. You can see Nemesis Prime a little bit shorter. Transformation time on this dude then. The first thing we're going to do is we are going to remove all of the extra things that are on here. And this piece as well, because these are all for the bot mode. So first of all, I'm very happy to say before I start the transformation that the peg that I had this side, obviously on Grapple, there were peg issues on this. A lot of people broke. I shaved my pegs down, so I didn't get that issue. This one, they have solved the peg issue. Certainly on mine, I've seen no complaints. So the first thing you can do is just remove and remove. See, that's very easy. So do not worry about the peg issues on this. They seem to have all been fixed, which is fantastic. So removing those pegs will then unleash everything else that's going on here, and you can just fold these sections out, and you've pretty much got your whole thing pretty much sorted there. I'll just put the feet in like so, unpeg the arms here, round and round, down and down. Then this kind of mechanism here is the main bit, so it goes up, down, and then concertinas up. So there's your everything else. Head will then swivel round and come down to lock down, and then this piece here just folds down. Finishing touches then is swivel it round, arm forward, swivel it round, and the arm forward. You can then rotate the hands out, and we'll start with the two-hand lock before we adapt anything. So very easy, just pop his ear pieces. Okay, so here we have our fully transformed Inferno, and doesn't he look like a beauty? He's absolutely fantastic, in the same way that Grapple is fantastic. Love the look of this figure. Let's bring him in for a closer look. Look at that head sculpt. Head sculpt is absolutely gorgeous. Look at them baby blues there shining away. Shame we didn't get any light piping, but I'm pretty sure grapple was exactly the same. Loving the little yellow touches and the new kind of side ear pieces that just stick out of the side here, looking rather nifty and rather good. Like the touches here, the silvers on the top. Always like the chest piece. The cab for Inferno always looks great in this mode. On the side, we've got the ports, the silver, the reds, and the blacks. This is such a great looking bot mode. It really does use the alt mode very, very well. The way that the long back becomes the legs. Similar to Prime, I guess, in a way. Lots of molded detailing here as well on the back. The only really hollow pieces is his hands, his arms here. I know that there's a couple of third-party companies doing some fillers for that. We obviously do get this backpack here, but other than that, that's a fairly flat backpack. He does look incredible. Moving over to his articulation, then you'll get a full 360 on the head. Not that you'd want one, because you'd just be looking at the back. You don't really get any head up and head down. That's a little bit of a challenge. You get it there, that's it. Up, that's about it. These do move around so that you can have them however you want. So if you want them at a little bit of an angle, whatever look you want with this, and you may need to move them slightly, because the only way that you can get a full 360, you can't get a full 360 there. You have to kind of put it through this little gap here. So you can get a full 360 on the arms. You also get a full 360 here just at the lower, and then the arms bend to just over around 90. You will get some articulation on the hands inwards, like similar to Huff actually, but you don't get any rotational. That's about it. You will get a full 360 here at the waist, but you don't get any kind of ab crunch whatsoever. You will get some out, you'll get some in, and you'll get a overextension, no, just a 90 degree pretty much on the knees, and then you'll also get some toe articulation here as well. You'll get some rotation here as well on the legs, so very, very flexible, very, very posable. Probably can ninja kick as well, because he seems to be, yeah, he's a fairly balanced individual. Accessories, this dude has got accessories. So accessories, obviously we've had the fire hoses that were on the side. Now these will fit into any of the ports. The box suggests that they live on the legs. I'm a bit disappointed that he hasn't got any ports closer to his hips. That could have been really cool to have them kind of up here somewhere, a little bit like Indiana Jones style, making them look like whips. That would have been pretty damn cool. The hand accessory that was on the side during the alt mode, you can just flip the arm around and you get the port there, and you just shove it in to give it that more classic look in the same way that Grapple did. He also comes with a gun, typical Siege gun, where it's just black molded plastic. Looks quite nice, fits in his hand beautifully, so he can have his gun just like this. This one though, this is a little bit tricky really to know where to put this. You could put it on the side of the gun like that, so he gets a little bit of the extra weapon type effect there. You could have it here if you wanted it by the side of his head, but again, it looks a little odd, it looks a little off, but that's where the box tells you to put it. I think Inferno does have it sometimes there. I'm not a big fan of that, if I'm honest. You can obviously just leave it here on the side of this, or you could even just stick it back here where it was. I personally, I think I prefer it as almost like a mod on the gun, so I believe that is where I will keep mine. Okay, let's make a quick comparison then between these two and really see where the changes are between Grapple and between Inferno. And what we can see here is that actually, if we start down the bottom, there is pretty much no change apart from the accessories that we put on. Some slight color changes, very similar to the way that they were done in the alt mode. And we can see again the arms, just some slight color differences, slightly more paint here, slightly less here. Cab will be the same as the other one, and then the other arm obviously is exactly the same. This implement here, this tool, is exactly the same tool on both bots. The main challenge, the main difference, sorry, here is when we come to the head. So there is two separate head sculpts, so you do get a very different keyed, whether or not it's Grapple or it's Inferno. For my money, Inferno's head sculpt is just vastly superior. It does feel much more premium and look more premium. The head sculpt on Grapple for me has always looked a little odd-ish. I don't know if it's just the fact that it's just the silver with the blue. I'm not sure what it is. It's a little bit like Winnie the Pooh Bear head or something, you know. But yeah, that whole top bit here is a real difference. These bits that just stick out at the side, obviously they don't have them. But I think this whole mechanism here just looks and feels a lot better on Inferno. Looking at the pegs, this is where you can really see the difference between those two pegs that I said. You can see this, look how long the peg is here. For Grapple, I did shave some little bits off here. And then you have the much stumpier peg here for Inferno. So this is where that real big difference is with peg size. And you can really see why this one keeps snapping off on people and this one just won't. So it makes some very good quality of life issues there. And actually, Inferno, as I've said, Inferno feels like the more premium figure. Couple more quick comparisons then. Let's compare him with his wave mate in Huff, and we can see that he towers over Huff. Size difference here, very, very good. I think they look great together. And Earthrise, well, Shattered Glass, Earthrise Prime. Yeah, they look good together. Prime is obviously a little bit bigger than Inferno. Inferno stands a lot stockier. For my money, Inferno actually looks like the better figure here. So final thoughts on Inferno. Would I recommend you pick him up? Hell yeah. Way to fix everything that was wrong with Grapple. So absolutely everything that was a challenge with their take on Grapple, even though it's still a very good take on Grapple, they fixed in this, added more features and made it feel and look more premium, and you can trust to transform it, which is always a good thing with Transformers. It ain't gonna break on you. So yeah, hell yeah, go pick this dude up. I'm so glad this is an update and an upgrade to this figure. Fixes all issues. Let me know your thoughts and I will see you in my next video. Alright guys, in a bit. Peace!